Hi friends. I thought I would pretend it was fall today because it was chilly this morning, but apparently it started to warm up because I was getting my stuff together and I'm like, my face is getting warm. Anyways, today is an exciting day because we are doing hair and makeup in the same video. So, lucky day. Say hi when you're hopping on. I have two deals for you. So let me post it in the comments while we're giving people some time. So Ophir has a code. It's called Secret. It's 20% off site-wide for Ophir makeup if you've ever wanted to try them. And then Launch has a bundle where you get a Le Duo and a Thermal Magique, which is a heat protectant, and a Salt Plus C spray. And alligator clips, all for $89. So it's $176 value for 89 bucks. So, so much good stuff, so many good deals. We're gonna do like a full get ready. Ophir is going to give away 2 perennial palettes today. This is the palette I'm gonna be using to do like a really fun fall look. If you haven't gotten this palette for fall yet, like you won't regret it. It has cool tones, warm tones, mattes, and shimmers. It's kind of like a, if you only could pick one palette to have, this would be the palette. So good. And then they're gonna give away 2 of those, and Launch is giving away 2 of these Le Duos. So, and if you didn't know, this is kind of like a really big deal. I've never been able to do a video with the 2 of these brands at the same time. And so today they're like starting something new where I'm able to do hair and makeup together. And so about 6 years ago, that used to be how I did get ready with me videos. Like I would get ready and I would do hair and makeup at the same time. And so if you didn't know this, Launch and Ophir are sister companies. So they're owned by the same people. So really cool that they are, so if you love Launch, you will love Ophir. If you love Ophir, you'll love Launch. Like their products are amazing. And so today's an exciting day. It like marks history that instead of doing videos separately, gonna get to do some videos together. So yay! Oh yay, Marquita, love Ophir palette, foundation, mascara. Thank you for sharing. So in order to be entered for this giveaway, they are doing a huge giveaway. I want them to know that like we love doing videos together. So share this video, comment, share below. They're gonna give away 2 Le Duos and 2 perennial palettes. So let's just show them like that we can get a million shares. And that we like, or give your opinion. Do you like them separate? Do you like them together? Let me know what you like. I love doing full get readies. I think they are so fun. And I'm really excited to get to do that. All right, we're gonna go in with the shade Cardamom. I spray tanned earlier for like an hour and a half and I just took a shower. And so I'm hoping the shade isn't too dark. Here we go. So they have a full coverage foundation. I use about 1.5 pumps and I use the shade Cardamom when I'm tan and I use Coriander when I'm pale. And then since we're about to go into winter, if you've never like heard of this, you can mix a little bit of your dark color and a little bit of your light color when you're like in between shades. So if you love these videos where they are get ready with me, full start to finish tutorials, share. We'll use both in your obsessed. They are such good products. All right. So I leave for Utah tomorrow. I actually go to Nashville today. That's where I'm flying out of. And so I've got to pack. I'm not even unpacked from last week. And so somehow I've ended up on back-to-back trips lately. We're pulling down the turtle to go in here. Okay. Perfect. Go in with a setting powder. So all the makeup products I'm using today are from Ophir and the hair products are from Launch. If you need links for anything, you can drop the word me below and I can send you links. I'm using the shade medium for setting powder under my eyes. If you wanted to use a concealer, you can. I've found honestly that this is such a good color and it brightens up my under eye. I really kind of have eliminated, unless I have just like really tired bags, I've kind of eliminated using concealer other than spot, like treating as it or something. So go in with your setting powder. If you've got those hollowed out areas under your eyes, anything like that, the setting powder is just kind of make it to where it's really flawless under here. It doesn't settle in your wrinkles. That's just good stuff. All right. So I went to bed the past 2 nights before 10 o'clock. And if you know me, I struggle with going to sleep at like a reasonable hour. To be honest, I have a lot of anxiety like at night. I have anxiety about like house fires, people breaking in, just have some like trauma, and it causes me to be anxious at night. I wish I didn't, but I do, worry about someone coming, just all these things. And so with that said, I need sleep. It's not like I know I'm going to have to sleep. It's just kind of like by nighttime, it makes me incredibly nervous. And so I like lay there and then all of a sudden I start like spiraling of all these what ifs and I like pray about it and try and calm myself down and everything. But the reality is I need sleep and it doesn't help the longer you stay up. It's not like those things disappear. So the last 2 nights I've gone to bed before 10 o'clock, which might seem late for somebody else, but for me, that's a really big deal. And I woke up feeling like so rested, like the girls were getting ready for school and I just was in such a good mood. Normally I don't fall asleep until like after 1, maybe closer to 3 o'clock in the morning. And then the kids get up for school at 6. So a lot of times Adam will take the kids, he takes the kids every morning, but he'll get up with them and like I'll do hair and then go back to bed, or sometimes he'll just get up with the girls. Like that's kind of like our routine. But then Veda gets up at like 6:30 and then I'm up. So anyways, if no one has talked about the power of sleep in your life lately, I've started taking magnesium. I just got it like off Amazon. But magnesium, and then I took some melatonin and my progesterone because I'm on hormones. And so I did that and I like purposely was like, I'm going to bed early. And I am going to make a more intentional effort to try and get more sleep. So, okay, here we go. This is the shade Deep. It is huge. Their bronzers are so big. It took me over a year of using this consistently to end up needing to order another one. We're just gonna go in here. I bronze right under my cheekbones. I bronze around my forehead. I'll contour down my nose, under my lip to give me the illusion of a fuller lip, and kind of this area. But if you're like, whew, that's a lot of places, just remember like a 3 and an E. So you make like a 3, that's where you contour, and you make an E. That's where you contour, and then a little under your lip, and then right here. So easy. Okay, so Ophir's doing a giveaway, yes, and Lange is doing a giveaway. So they're both big giveaway days. 2 perennial palettes and 2 Le Duos. If you've never used the Le Duo, it's one of my absolute favorite tools. I will take this with me every time I travel. It is like a flat iron and a curling iron made a baby. It's good if you, like, this is what I'm teaching the girls, to like, how to straighten their hair and how to curl their hair, because it is cool to the touch. It's a really great tool. What is the light side for? So it is like a luminizer. So it's just a highlight. So if you want to be entered for one of these giveaways, then share. Let Lange and Ophir know you love full get ready with me videos. Say start to finish, get ready with me. Meaning we don't have to hop off from doing makeup to hop on to do hair. How do you find out if you're the winner? They will tag you in the comments, and then they will give you an email address to message them. Okay, we're gonna go in with a little bit of blush. This is the shade Apricot. It's such a pretty color. I will tell you my absolute favorite color from them is Currant Blush. And it's like a really deep plum, and I've lost it. Do you ever have that thing that you're like, I love it? And I don't know if I lost it on my trip or before my trip, but I tried using it on my trip and I didn't have it. And so I will order another one. I've had this, their products are really pigmented. I've had this for over a year. If you're looking for products that are gonna last you for a long time, these are good. What you doing in there? I can hear somebody. Pretty sure that's Adam Swan. Hey, Adam. Yeah. What are you doing? Sitting down at his computer. He signed up for this course to do like where you have Amazon storefront kind of things. And apparently it's like been a lot more details than we expected. Like, oh, I didn't realize like so many things went into it. So he's been working on like that kind of stuff. Okay. This is how we do it. This is how we do it. Okay, we're gonna take rich brown and a little angled brush. So my sister came over today. She's going to Utah with me. I'm really excited. And so she came over today. The big kids were already at school, but she brought my niece. And my daughter is almost 2. Veda's the youngest of my 4 kids. So I have 4 kids. My sister has 3 kids. And so she brought her 3-year-old. And to say that like Veda, my daughter, is the worst sharer might be an understatement, but it is probably not. Like, I've had a bunch of kids. Maybe it's just because the big kids are so much bigger that if she wants something, they just give it to her. And she's like not had to share with kids her age. But I was like so embarrassed. I just kept telling my niece, like, I'm so sorry. She's such a bad sharer. Like, we're going to work on it. Like, here, what do you want? What can I get you? Here, sneak in here with me. Because she's at the age where she has an opinion, you know? They both do. So, like, I do have a sweater link. If you drop the word me below, then I can send you links for everything. Hair, sweater, earrings, anything linkable. Sometimes things are just old. Like, they're not linkable. But if they are, I try and link them for you. He still has his real estate license. He's done like the investment thing. We bought the camp, but he doesn't like show houses, like selling real estate. He does more like investment real estate or helping other people with like big commercial deals. Okay. Sing a lot. Well, I'm probably one of the worst singers ever, but I do catch myself singing a lot, and I wish I could stop it, but it's like, it just happens. So hopefully it brings you joy. All right, so if you're trying to figure out how do I even know where to do my brows, whatever, I'm just using their waterproof eye pencil in the shade Rich Brown. It works great for me. It looks really good with my brow color. And I will start my brows. So if you hold some sort of pencil, brush, anything like this, and I will hold it to the edge of the crease of my nose here. And then that's where I know I want to start. And it's kind of like right above your tear duct, maybe over just a hair. And then to know where your arch should be, if you took this and kind of carefully, don't get near your eye, and hold it right here, it should be, if this went from your nose to your brow, that's where your arch should be. And then where it should end is like if you held this right here, and where your lash ends, that should be the tail of your brow. And you could even like dot it, like if you are, you know, you're like, okay, I don't know where, you could take and like put a little dot there if that helps you. But I just kind of been doing my brows like this for a while now. And I just take my little angled brush and I just do this with it, and I kind of will put the product all over, and then I'm using like the side of that pencil. I also love using this not only on my eyes, my eyebrows, my lips. Big fan of their liners. They also have new liners coming out this week. I don't have them yet. I don't even know the shades, but I can't wait. Don't underestimate the power of your brows. By kind of cleaning them up a little bit, like shaping them, it just will give you a much more polished look. And then I'll just take like a little, any sort of spoolie, toothbrush, whatever you got. Also, I kind of do my arch just a little higher than what my actual brows are, and it just gives me the illusion of higher lifted brows, and just opens up my eyes a little more. Also, I don't know if you know this, but when you're doing your skincare at night, if you will take your fingers or take any sort of your gua sha, anything, and really work out, like rub over the eyebrows with your gua sha stone, or even with your finger, like massaging like this, it will help loosen this muscle, which is going to lift your brows, and it will give you like the look of a brow lift without Botox. And so same thing, I do that with my whole forehead. I have not gotten Botox now in almost a year, but I've really been heavily focusing on skincare and like massaging my scalp, massaging around, like only takes a few minutes. And or if you're just like laying in bed watching TV, like gently kind of release the tension in those muscles, because that's what causes like sagging and drooping. Like the muscles get really tight, and so, you know, anyways, it helps a lot. Like you can even just, before you're gonna do your makeup, like stimulate this area, and it will naturally lift your brows. So if you have hooded eyes especially, that is something that is so good for you to do. And I was, for the years and years, I would get Botox, and nothing against it, like not even saying I won't ever get it again, but what would happen is I would go in for a brow lift, and sometimes it would work and I would be like, ha ha, and then other times, if there was too much put somewhere where it shouldn't be, all of a sudden my brows would be like really heavy, and I would kind of look more like this, and it would take months for that to like wear off. And so I started looking for like, what are natural things I could do to lift my brows? And so that's a good one. So, all right, what step am I at? Did setting powder, did bronzer, did blush, did my brows. Let's do eyes. I feel like I'm forgetting something, but I don't think I am. Okay. Ophir is giving away 2 of these palettes today. This is the new Perennial palette. It seriously is one of the most beautiful palettes I've ever used. Like, look at the pigment on this. Like, when I say they are powerfully pigmented, a little goes a long way, and they are absolutely beautiful. Great. So I have this like scrunchie. Oh, I have a towel in here that I always use, but here we go. That works perfect. So we're gonna do this palette. If you want a chance to win, they're picking 2 winners from this video. So you have to share the video, comment shared below. And if you have any friends that you think would like to follow me or like my page, or if you like my page and you're like, oh, I bet my friend so-and-so, like if you could tag them, that would be great. I'm the world's worst to ask people to share or to tag, all of it. So I'm gonna show you 2 eyeshadow looks with this palette today. I'm gonna start off with a very soft look and show you how that would look when you put your mascara on. And then I'm gonna do a bold, because I think that sometimes when I go really, really bold, that might not be for everyone. So it's kind of the long way to do this, but that's what we're gonna do, okay? So a very simple, you are like running out the door, looking for something fantastic, here's this matte. I don't know why I grabbed all those brushes. I end up using my fingers most of the time. So this is just gonna even out my skin tone. I also use foundation on my brush and go over my eyelids. So I have uneven skin tone. You can see little like purpley veins on my lids. So I always put foundation on my eyelids. So, but this is just that matte color. And I'm gonna go in. You might be tempted to be like, okay, I want a dark crease, and you go in really dark. You wanna build. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna build, and I'm gonna show you a simple look and a fancy look. So that you, if you get this palette, you have a lot of options. So I'm taking this like nutmeg kind of color over Pampas is the name of it. And with a fluffy brush, I'm just gonna put that in my crease. I love this palette. I'm not kidding if you're like, I want to get into eyeshadow, or it's really tempting sometimes to buy like all these crazy blues and pinks, and I love a good palette just like anybody else, but this is one of those that you will like grab for over and over and over and over again. It's got navies, it's got silvers, it's got purples, plums, browns, golds, like champagne. It's just so good. So taking that, colors look so good on. Okay. So I always say you start light and you can build. It is way easier to start lighter and build it up than to go really heavy and try and blend it out. So depending on how glam you want to go, this could be a really easy 30-second eyeshadow, and you could just put your mascara on. I am going to put a little of that nutmeg, it's called Pampas. I don't know why I call it nutmeg, but just right under here. That's gonna open my eyes up a little more. Just like that. Now, if you want to start going like more drama, so I would consider this my very natural, everyday, hey, I'm in a hurry, but I want to look put together kind of eyeshadow look, throw some mascara on, and it's just classic. You could even add a wing liner if you wanted. I love like a good neutral, and this is beautiful. Now, we're going to be extra. I'm gonna go in with this copper, and we're just gonna start really building up this outer corner and working it right there. And I'm just using like little soft circle motions and like a little rainbow in my arch. So if you use a fluffy brush, it is going to be a lot less pigmented than if you use a finger or a sponge brush. So this adds a little bit of drama. Okay. Now, you're gonna tell the difference so you can see how it is just using a fluffy brush. Now, whenever you press with your finger or a sponge, it is going to be very, very pigmented. And so now that I kind of have a little bit in my crease going, I'm just gonna take this and tap all the way to like right there at the center of my pupil. And then a finger that has nothing on it, I'm just gonna blend out the edge. Give some hearts if you like this. So again, same thing, just gives you a totally different look. You can see very, very pigmented. And I just go halfway into my eye, and then this little finger that kind of really doesn't have anything on it, just so you can't see where that edge is. I love their makeup. It looks so good on in real life, and it lasts all day. my makeup looks as good at the end of the day as it does when I put it on, which is impressive. Great. So here we go. Just looking to see like what all we want to add. I just want it to be like moody today. We're just gonna go, because I showed kind of a plain look. So we're gonna do some liner. We're gonna do that moody look. Gonna sharpen the liner. I'm using that rich brown. Whoops. Perfect for fall. I do feel like this side is a little darker than this one. Sometimes I can't tell if it's like actually a little darker or if it's because I have a door over here, and so sometimes it's just the light. And then I'll get like to a bathroom and I'll be like, ooh, went a little heavy on that side. Okay, another little thing, if you're wanting to make it even moodier, you can take this like chocolatey brown, or you could take this dark brown. I'm gonna use the dark brown for this actually, but both the colors are so pretty. All right, so I'm gonna take that dark brown, and I barely put the corner of the brush in it. And then I'm just going to take right here. Do you see? Just take it up a notch, but again, it's barely tap. Like I didn't rub it around. I mean, I barely. I love playing in makeup. I think it is so fun. And that's like the beautiful part of it, is you can kind of make this whatever you want. There's that little nutmeg, I think, warming up right over top. Be really pretty. All right, and we're gonna go in with liner, and then I'll decide where I want other things. So this is the rich brown liner that I used for my eyebrows. Their liners are waterproof and smudge resistant, so you have about 30 seconds before it dries, and then it is where it is. So I personally like to take a soft finger, soft pinky, like not rubbing hard, and I just smoke this out. That's just because I messed up. You can always add like just a tiny bit more if you need to. Okay. So they will be giving away 2 of these palettes today. So share so that you have a chance to win. And then we're gonna do our hair. Here in just a minute. Oh, got it on the inner corner. Again, I just play in this until I get the colors I like. It takes me about 2 minutes to do my makeup when I'm not doing a live. But when I'm live, I'm like, okay, let's figure out how we want to do this today. And then I like to play on like the colors of my clothes, all of that. So I'm gonna take this really pretty, looks very similar to my sweater. And I'm gonna add that in. Just right here. And then right in the inner corner, I'm gonna do this really bright, there's 2 like champagne gold colors. This one looks like this, and this one is more gold. So you can kind of hold it up and be like, oh, what am I feeling today? Do you feel more gold? I think with my earrings, I'm leaning more gold. And so just take a tiny little brush or a finger, whatever. shared to several friends. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. So I went on a trip this past week, and I love going on trips where I get to meet people, networking, and a lot of these girls are like real influencers and have like jumbo followings and all these things. And I can't help but feel like a mom who like just gets ready with her friends on the internet. And so I can be hard on myself sometimes, like when I get back in town, of being like, I should be doing this and I should be doing this and like all these things of like, oh no, this many reels that are this second long is what I need to be doing. But I love doing hair and makeup tutorials with you guys. And so I just have to get out of my head to be like, oh, so not good at asking for shares. I'm not good at like some of those other things, but I'm like, but I show up and have fun. Like, does that count? Okay, we're going in with mascara. That is going to tie this like whole look together. The links are in the description of this video. They are also pinned, although it doesn't look like it. They're in the description of the video. So there's a launch link and there is a Ophir link, and the code SECRET will get you 20% off site-wide for makeup. Okay, so one of the cool things about Ophir's mascara is it stays on really, really, really well. I do use a pre-cleanser to take it off. So any sort of coconut oil, I use the Erase pre-cleanser from Pomifera, but any sort of, you're gonna want something other than like face soap to take it off. So you wanna have some sort of eye makeup remover. But with that said, if you are prone to watery eyes, to sweating, any of that, like this mascara isn't gonna move on you. Which is fantastic. And then it also has castor oil in it. So what that means is your lashes will continue to grow longer the more you use it. So it's like putting a serum on. Anytime I go heavy on my eyes, I will go pretty neutral on my lips. If I do a bold lip, I'll do neutral eyes. And that just kind of gives me a good balance. So if you're wondering, oh, what should I do? I personally gravitate towards one extreme. I love a big bold eye. I love a big bold lip. When you do the two together at the same time, depending on the occasion, it might be a little much. Are so sweet. So Ophir makeup, another cool thing about them is they fit European standards. So if you are someone who is conscious about what you're putting in your body and on your body, like your skin is your biggest organ, right? So a high quality makeup is really important for things like in the United States, they only ban, like the FDA only bans 12 like harmful chemicals, and Europe bans like 1,400. And so Canadian and European standards are a very high quality of product, and Ophir meets European standards, meaning it doesn't have those dangerous chemicals or things that you don't want to put in your body or on your body. So if you're looking for high quality, it also has skincare in the makeup. So why not? So it's anti-aging makeup, and it is wonderful for mature skin. All right. When I take my hair down in a second, it is a hot mess. So since I got all that extra sleep last night, and the baby's sleeping through the night, and I slept almost through the night. I got up to use the bathroom a lot, but I slept almost through the night. Like, I just feel so refreshed. I hope if any of you are tired, that like if you haven't had someone give you permission lately to take a nap, like I give you permission. I'm someone who struggles with like feeling lazy, or I won't take a nap or anything like that. And the older I'm getting, the more I realize that like sleep is so important. And so since I got all that extra sleep, I got up this morning while Adam was taking the girls to school, and I spray tanned like bright and early. And then I don't know, I've already showered it off, and I just feel like today is gonna be a good day. Okay, we're gonna go in with the shade Berry. I'm gonna do this all over. So this is one of their liners. Teresa said she's 54 and the foundation is awesome on her mature skin. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with chapstick. This is just Happy Salve, but you could use any lip gloss, lipstick. It's gonna make it just more hydrating. And then I kind of take my finger, just blend it out. And then you know how I mentioned that I love this brown liner for just about everything. Just take a little bit of brown, not much, just a little. I'm just making a little bit of a lip liner, like almost like a lip brush. This is just gonna make my lips look a little bit fuller. Oh, you practice. I hope that this helps you. So when it's hard to do this part. Let me get done with this and then I'll tell you. Can't really talk, and I would never make it as a good ventriloquist. You could also, if you're like, oh, it's taking too long, if you're not scared of it, just add a little dot. Nobody's gonna know. As long as you have chapstick on with this, it'll just be really easy to move around. So I feel like that kind of ties in a little more with my eyes because it adds a little bit of brown to it. This is just that berry color, and I just play with it until I get it the way I want. All right. Let's go over the details. So all the products that I used today are from Ophir. I'm going to do my hair in just a second. So if you want to stay on for a hair tutorial, whoop, whoop. And so we're using the Ophir palette today for our eyes. Seriously, it's the best palette. If you haven't gotten it, use the code SECRET and you can get 20% off. You also can get 20% off site-wide. So, and Ophir is giving away 2 of these today. So be sure you share this video and you'll be entered for a chance to win one of these. All right, my hair, I couldn't find a scrunchie, so I used a headband. I was like, you know, because when you tan, you want to be sure that you put your hair up. Okay, so I'm just taking a hairbrush and detangling. We're gonna use the Laduo today. There's a Laduo bundle. It's normally $176 and it's only $89. So you get a Thermal Magique, which is a heat and humidity tamer, Salt plus Sea Spray, and a Laduo and some alligator clips, all for $89. Okay. Just brushing out our hair. I am actually going to put a little bit of dry shampoo in. My screen went dark. I don't know why. But it's like, sometimes I guess if a phone gets too hot, like I have it near the lights, sometimes it'll go dark. So lucky for me, I don't need it to be, I guess, super bright to do my hair. Okay, so little scoot back for you. I'm gonna turn on my Laduo. I have thick, coarse, hard to manage, hard to curl hair. I can curl my whole head so fast with this tool. I am gonna separate my hair into sections today and get started. I'm gonna put a little bit of like Satin Nectar gloss on it's just like a little serum. I'm gonna put that on my ends. That's gonna help me to be shinier. And it's just gonna help with my frizz. So once I've gone all the way through my hair, and then this has boar bristles. It's actually kind of gross. I need to clean it up. So what boar bristles do when you're brushing your hair with it is it's going to evenly distribute the natural oils in my hair. It's gonna evenly distribute dry shampoo, all of that. So this tool has like a fan on it. Lon's just gonna give away 2 Laduos today. It's a huge giveaway day. One's darker than the other. I wonder if you're talking about if it's eyes or lips. What's darker? So it might look like I have a big 2 French doors right here. So in real life, like on camera, it looks a little darker, but in real life, it's actually, if I step back in a second, you'll see. All right, here we go. I do have some pink back in my hair, but it's just been fading, so it ends up going to like light pink. How do you clean a brush like this? Just like you would any ordinary brush. I just am bad to like do it, but you just can either use a comb or your fingers and clean it out. It's probably past time. In case you're wondering like, oh, does she, look, it looks like I think one of my dogs got a hold of it. If you're like, oh, does she really use this? Obviously I do. And to be honest, here, I'll just go ahead and finish this for anyone that's like OCD and it's driving them crazy. To be honest, I have just a bunch of kids and a bunch always going on, and I'm normally late to everything. And so cleaning out brushes, whether that's makeup brushes or obviously hair brushes, apparently hasn't been a huge priority for me. I need to work on it. Okay, Thermal Magique. This is a heat and humidity tamer. I'm sure other people on here are like, I have this many kids and all of my brushes are clean. And if you are that person, I need to take some tips. But I haven't figured out how to do that in my life, other than on the rare occasion that I'm like, you're right. Oh, I should clean that brush. Let me do that real quick. Okay, so you're gonna wait for this to dry. So it takes just a few seconds, not long. So this bundle you get for $79 has $89. You get the Laduo, a Salt plus Sea Spray, Thermal Magique, and alligator clips. So what I love about this tool is that it's just like barely warm to the touch. So as you're using it, I can get really close to my roots. I can get a lot of lift. So good. And the products smell amazing. I'm a big fan of products that smell good. You know, when people hug you and they're like, you smell good. And you're like, did I even put deodorant on today? Like, but you're like, oh, I didn't even put any perfume on, but it's your hair. Your hair smells good. That's how this is. So you're gonna get smoother curls or straighter hair if you just make sure you're not tangly. I have very tangle prone hair, so I just run a brush through it. Okay, let's do this. All right, so if you have any little cowlicks or anything, you can get right in and smooth those out. Like, you can get all the way to, and so then when you curl, you're not curling on top of a cowlick. So take your hair, I clamp it down, and I kind of lift up and rotate. This is gonna give me more lift right here close to my face. And then I'll just let it go. Beautiful. Okay, same here. If you have cowlicks, I just have them like kind of close to my roots. Guess that's normally where all people have cowlicks probably. But if you lift up while you're rotating, kind of up towards the ceiling, you just end up with like a rounder, bouncier curl. This is fast. If you like fast, again, just smooth out any of those little waves just so that everything's nice and chic. It's also a good tool because you don't have to have like a flat iron. When my hair is really like went to bed on a wet head kind of hair, I will have those things everywhere. And so normally I would have to use a flat iron and a curling iron, or a flat iron and a wand. And this allows me to just get really smooth, close to my roots, and rotate. So it has this warm air that is actually setting the curls. I'm just rotating towards the back of my hair. So share this video, comment, share below. Launch is giving away 2 of these. They also have a bunch of bundles and a bunch of deals. So if you've been looking to stock up on Launch, it's like the time. Again, clamping right down and going towards the back of my hair. I always rotate backwards. It's my personal preference. Those curls are beautiful. So they offer bundles once a year that are really, really good bundles. It's where you get a bunch of products free with a tool, or it's where you get just a lot of things for your money. And so they just dropped these bundles. So if you haven't gone to their site lately and looked, the link is in the description of the video, and there's a lot of different deals going on. This is a titanium tool as well, which is really good for anyone who has hard to curl, hard to straighten hair. Like, my curls will last for days with this. Same if I straighten my hair, it's not gonna get like really poofy and frizzy. It's just gonna look like that really nicely polished, smooth hair. Okay, make sure I got everything. If you are like moving stuff around and you feel like, oop, missed a section, just go right in and little twirl. It also applies the perfect amount of pressure. So if you're someone in the winter, my hands bother me. So in some tools, like if you've ever used a flat iron, for example, a flat iron's always open and you have to hold it closed. Or if you've ever used a curling iron, you have to like apply, you know, you keep it like open, or like you have to apply pressure. This applies the perfect amount of pressure for you. So if you have hands that kind of, so all I have to do is open it up one time and then I can just rotate. And so I don't have to continually like be gripping my hand, which might sound crazy, but that to me is like makes it to where I dread doing my hair in the winter if I have to, like, if my hands are bothering me. How do you win? So you just share this video, comment, share below, and Lange and Ophir will be picking winners in the comments. So they're giving away 2 Le Duos today and 2 Perennial palettes, which is the eyeshadow palette that I used today. I have this set on the highest heat setting. Again, I have coarse, kind of feels like a horse tail if you felt it in real life. I don't have like soft hair. And so I have very thick, coarse, horse-like hair. So I have it at 430. But if you have fine hair, you might want to start at a lower heat setting. And you can always start lower. And if you're like, that didn't really curl my hair, up it a little higher until you get to where you're like, oh, this is perfect. Especially if you have a more fine hair. Like when I do my girls, I have it like cranked down, not at the very lowest, but one above it. I'll have to look and tell you what the temperature is for that. But when I do their hair, this is the tool I use because if they wiggle, if they move, if they like drop their Pop-Tart and they're like going to get it and I bumped them, like I don't have to worry about hurting them or like burning their ear or anything. And so this is the tool I use to do my kids' hair. And so it's 280s, the lowest 320 is what I do their hair on. And they have very fine hair and I'm pretty fast with it. If you're not as fast and you're trying to do it on your kids' hair, then you might even want to go lower, but I'm pretty fast. By drop a Pop-Tart, meaning like it's picture day and you're trying to make sure your kids have breakfast, but you're curling their hair at the same time. That's what, maybe I'm the only one. But this would be my tool, because see how like if you did that with a curling iron, you would have like 2nd, 3rd degree burns. Whereas with this, I mean, nothing. It's fantastic. How often do I use a hot tool on my hair? A couple times a week. So I love using their tools because my curls hold for days. I don't really get ready curling my hair every single day. I will do like stretching out my curls, which what I mean by that is, for example, like right now, this is what my curls look like. I'm going to spray them. I'm going to like fix my hair, and then tomorrow when I wake up, my hair will still be pretty much curled like this, maybe a little looser. And so tomorrow something I might do would be like straighten my ends a little and put like a face framing curl, like freshen up my 2 front pieces. Or if I have anything else that just looks like I slept on it weird or whatever. But for the most part, that would be all I do tomorrow and the next day. Then I will wash my hair, dry it, or let it air dry. And that's typically if I was going to do straight hair, I'll do it then. But I feel the most confident when my hair's curled. So that's normally how you guys see you. Well, actually, you normally see me like with it in a low back bun if I didn't have time to do that. But so here's a good example. My curls down here kind of started low. So if I will just take a small piece, and because I can get so close to my roots, I will add a little curl right up at the top. And that's just gonna make my hair fuller. So if you're wanting more body, take just a few tiny pieces right there, and you're gonna curl close to my roots. And that's just gonna give me a little more fullness. I'm gonna do the same right back here before we go down with this next section. thanks for sharing. I can't wait to see who all wins. This is probably the biggest giveaway they've ever done on a live. Right. So they're giving away 2 Ophir palettes, 2 Launch tools. Just gonna rotate towards the back of my head. So if your hair is like mine and you're looking for a good like shampoo, if you have thick hair, their Barago line is so good to make my hair soft to the touch. So if your hair is thick or coarse, if you have curly hair, anything like that, it's a really great. They even have a Barago mask that will make my hair super soft and like soft to the touch. I love using that. And then my favorite hair product that Launch has is called Glass Hair. And I spray it on my hair when my hair is wet, and it is heat activated. And so it is going to make your hair smooth, shiny. If I could tell you one product that it's like, try this and I promise it will change your life, it would be Glass Hair. And you use it before you blow dry. And I normally use it with a little volume, which is like the blow dryer brush. Those are good ones. If you've never tried a Launch tool and you're asking for one for Christmas, I'm obsessed. Use it all the time. So I just kind of feel around, and by touch, I can tell if I missed curling somewhere. Clip it down, rotate backwards. Okay, last little section, and before I drop it down, I mean, my hair easily gets tangly. Oh, it holds curl fairly well. I say that, before I started using Launch products, I would actually curl my hair, and I would get ready like for church, curl my hair, and then by the time I got there, it looked like I'd never touched it. So their products have changed how my hair holds curl. And then I also realized I need titanium tools. I was using ceramic the majority of my adult life. Like everyone in middle school, high school, they're like, oh, the ceramic flat irons and ceramic this, ceramic that. Well, if you have hard to curl, hard to straighten hair, you need titanium tools. And I did not know that until I was almost 30. So now that I've started using titanium tools, and I use a heat protectant, which helps your hair hold curl, and I'm going to use the Salt Plus Sea Spray today. That's going to help texture and hold curl. And so now that I've done a few of those things, like my hair holds curl genuinely for days. Titanium tools are a game changer. I also love this because you don't have to be nearly as careful like as you do with a wand or a curling iron. It's just such a good tool. Just rotate. So if you're in a hurry and you've got a Duo, then I do not separate my hair into sections. I will just start with the top layer, and I'll just take big chunks and I'll curl it all over. And or I will put my hair in a slick back bun, and I will just curl my front little pieces. Right. Just feeling around. I can feel some spots that are flat that I haven't curled yet. So again, if I was curling my hair and I didn't have time to curl all of it, I just make sure that the top layer is really well done, curled. And then this piece right here, I always make sure there's a curl. So if I put my fingers back, so kind of, my hair won't be as full as it is today, but like gives you the illusion that you did your whole head. But today, and when I have time, especially like I'm about to travel, I know I'm not gonna have time to curl my hair for the next little while probably. You know, like airport, I have to be at the airport at 6 o'clock in the morning. So I am separating my hair into sections and curling it everywhere really well. And that way, have the best chance of having, you know, nice looking hair. Okay, almost done. Okay, so if you were wanting a chance to win one of these for their giveaway, it's probably your last time, or if you're hopping on late, it's probably your last couple minutes to be able to share to be entered. So Lon's giving away 2 of these. Ophir's giving away 2 palettes. If you haven't tried anything from Ophir, you can save 20% off site-wide with the code SECRET. Yay, Leah, you have this tool and you love it. It really is so good. Okay, so I just feel for any like flat spots. So I talked to my kids yesterday about fall break. Like, where do you guys want to go on fall break? Like, where do y'all want to go do? It's the first year their fall break. Like, normally what happens is Christian, so I have 4 kids. Normally what happens is my oldest has fall break 1 week, and then the younger kids have fall break like the next week or 3 weeks later. This is the very first year everyone has fall break at the exact same time. And so I was like, we should go on a trip. And so I'm telling them like, oh, like I'm turning this back on real quick. So I was like, we could go here, we could go here. I was like, we could go to Jackson Hole, Wyoming. Like they've never been to that side of the country. I was like, it'd be so fun. We could stay at a dude ranch or like go horseback riding, go to Yellowstone, like all these things. My kids are like, what? I don't want to go. Like, that doesn't sound like fun at all. Like, and I was like, basically, it's why you don't ask your kids. You just say, hey, this is where we're going. And so they were like, we should go to Wilderness in the Smokies. And it is a water park that they offer like really good deals at locally. It's like in Gatlinburg and Dollywood, which is kind of like a Six Flags, Dolly Parton Six Flags. And so I was like, everywhere we want to go, like we just want to go right up the road to Dollywood. And Wilderness of the Smokies, the last time we went, they were like, I don't know, so much language, so many mullets, so many, it just imagined if you just put like you were like, stay with me. I like don't want anyone getting like abducted, like kind of scenario is kind of like the experience we had. Maybe it's not like that all the time, but we did go on a discount weekend and you could tell, but I love a good deal. And so I was like, oh, it was so packed, like you could not even, like the wave pool, I thought I was gonna drown. And so out of everywhere, that's where they want to go. So I'm gonna try and talk them out of that part of it, but maybe we still will end up at like a Dollywood, which I love. We love Dollywood. But I was like, it's the 1 year. You are 15 years old. It is the 1 year everyone's fall break. We could go like on an actual trip. because we go to Dollywood anyways on the weekends. And so, no, kids. Okay, Salt plus Sea Spray. Watch the magic happen. Are you ready for this? If you've never tried it, it's a texturizing spray. You don't want to go too heavy, like 3 sprays. But I sprayed it over on this side now. Here we go. So you're gonna put this in your hair, and if you feel like you want a little more texture, which I do, thanks, lunch. My hair, it was bright pink, and then now it's like, I have blonde underneath it that they just like put pink on top of. And so as it fades, it ends up this like really bubblegum color. Oh man, do you hear it? I'm almost out of hairspray. We do love Gatlinburg. Not anything, not dissing Gatlinburg at all. I hope it doesn't come across that way. It's just the fact that you ask your kids certain things that you're like, this could be like Yellowstone, right? Like, wonder of the world. And your kids, Christian was like, I don't know. I really feel like rollerblading. Like, maybe like rollerblading and pickleball. I was like, okay. So I think we're gonna do a local trip with some rollerblading, pickleball, and theme park. And they'll probably have a blast. They will probably like it way better than traveling so far and like looking at buffalo. But I'm like, you don't know it until you've seen a buffalo. Like, okay, I'm gonna step back so you can see it a little further back. And I used 12 Chic 3-way hairspray by Launch. And so here's my full little fall. We're pretending it's fall, even though it's cold in the mornings here in Tennessee and mid 80s by afternoon. So just basically all I can do is pretend. It's like I have the air on in my house, so I can pretend it's fall. But fall will be here before you know it. And if you haven't gotten this palette, you'll be sad, because this is the perfect like all year palette actually, but the colors for fall are just like wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Do I ever get approached by people who follow me? So lovable. Karen, I do sometimes, and I'm such an awkward person in real life. If you ever see me out and about, definitely say hi. But I'm so awkward that like sometimes people will be like, you look so familiar, how do I know you? Knowing good and well, I should be like, maybe on the internet. And instead I'll be like, I don't know, maybe I look like someone you know. Like, I'll say like weird things, or they'll be like, are you that girl that like curls her hair online? I'm like, I do. But then like, I don't know where to go from there. So if you ever meet me in person, I hope I'm not weird to you, because like, I just feel like I am a awkward soul in real life. And so it's always really like, I've got to work on a better pickup line or something of like, well, yeah. Like, I don't know what to say next, because I'm like, I don't want to assume you know me. And if I don't want to be weird. And this sums up my life in a nutshell. So funny. Did you miss the makeup tutorial? It was at the beginning of the video. So here in a second, I'm gonna hop off. And if you didn't get to see the makeup, you can watch it at the beginning. It was a 2-in-1 hair and makeup tutorial today. So if you need links for anything, drop the word me below. I can send you links for everything. And I hope you guys have a really good day. I'm going to start packing because I have to leave to go to Nashville in 3.5 hours. And it will be a toss-up for what's clean and what I wear, and then we fly to Utah tomorrow. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, I do a lot of stories there. So Courtney Swan is my Instagram handle, and if you want to like follow along for this trip or any hair and makeup stuff while I'm there, follow along. And anyways, hope you guys have a good day.